Hi heathens! So for today's video we are going to be doing another makeup hack. This one again, from what I know, why are my glasses fogging up all of a sudden? From what I know, kind of got big on TikTok, just like the last one. So we're gonna go ahead and test it out. So this is let's fix some of this. This is a foundation hack. So you're supposed to kind of do this routine and it's going to make your foundation look flawless, supposedly. So obviously, I have literally nothing on my face. I have already moisturized because that's what it says to do before you start this. So we're a little red and dewy and oily and looking a little worse for wear, if I'm being honest. But that's okay, because this is going to save the day. Or so they say. God, that rhymed. Okay. Let's get on. I was going to say anyway, but that also rhymed, so I didn't. So what you're supposed to do first, probably should have gotten all my brushes ready, but you know that's not me. So what you're supposed to do first, this is a giant blush brush, I would never use this for blush, is take a translucent setting powder. So I'm going to be using the Becca, what's it called? Hydro Mist Set and Refresh, because it's the mist powder, so it's going to help cool my skin a little bit. Ugh, the lid is like stuck on it because I put it back down so that it kind of stays cool. So you're supposed to put this, not this, but any translucent setting powder all over your face. So we're going to put it everywhere, even places that I normally would not powder, like my forehead, because that dry patch in between my eyebrows usually does not do well with powdering. So we have setting powder everywhere, including all over my thumb and my eye and all of the orifices on my face. So I'm just making sure that it's all kind of like, obviously, like blended on. It literally feels like there's powder all in my eye. But we look clean. So then you're supposed to spray it with setting spray. So I have the ColourPop All-Star Face Setting Spray. And then give the setting spray time to dry before moving on to the next step. So we have sprayed it down. So I guess while we're waiting on that to dry, I'm going to do a little bit to kind of look a little more put together. And we're going to kind of fill in my brows with the Mellow Tinted Brow Gel. Because I'm not going to be doing any eyeshadow for this look, so I kind of want to draw some attention somewhere other than my face. And the whole thing's my face, but I'm just very gently running this over my brow hairs. This can get very, very, very pigmented if you're not careful. And since this is already a darker shade than my brows, because some days I like going for a really bold look now, which is really funny because, ooh, maybe that's a thing I should do on TikTok. For those of you who don't know and didn't see my last video, I have TikTok now. Apparently it's a dangerous place for me because I've only had it for a couple days and have already made like 4 or 5 videos. Have more planned, but you know, it happens. This is in this shade Dark Brown, the eyebrow gel. But some days I like going for a bold brow. I never used to fill in my brows or do anything with them. I just let them be pretty much non-existent. And now I kind of like having them a little bolder. So let's see. All right, setting spray is dry. And then it says to take a primer. I'm going to be using the Water Drop Primer by Wet n Wild. I completely blanked on their name for a second. And then you go in with your foundation, and it's supposed to make your foundation look ultra, ultra flawless. So you don't really use a whole lot of this primer. So I'm just going to take it and put it all over my face. because I have the powder and setting spray all over. So I feel like it's only fair to get kind of all the areas that we put the stuff. This primer smells so strange. Like, I think it's supposed to smell like coconut because that's what's on it, but it doesn't to me. Has anyone else used this? Does it smell like coconut to you? Because it does not smell like coconut to me. So, again, making sure I've kind of rubbed it in and I don't have any like big globs of primer sitting anywhere. Alright, now it is time to go in with the foundation. So I was kind of deciding which one I wanted to do, but I wanted to use one that I've used multiple times before, even on this channel. I didn't pull it over here, but that way everyone kind of knows what it's supposed to look like. Where is it? Hold please. I don't have my eyeballs on, so I can't see what's happening back here. Alright. This is the number 7 Lift and Luminize Triple Serum Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Cool Vanilla. Goes on really well for me, so it should with this too. I'm going to lightly shake it, and then pump onto the back of my hand. I usually do about 1.5 pumps of this to be on the safe side. And then take my foundation brush and a little bit of primer between my fingers. And I'm going to do my foundation like I normally would, where I mix it kind of on my hand with my finger to move it around. And then spread it across my face before blending it in. So if this kind of helps take away that dry patch on my forehead that I know we're all familiar with, and the dry patch on this cheek, I'm sold. You know, it's a few extra steps, but nothing unmanageable considering most mornings I have plenty of time around doing my makeup anyway, since I don't always do foundation. Alright, it looks fine on my face, but nothing groundbreaking. That dry patch on my forehead I can still clearly see. And I even primed, powdered, and setting sprayed my forehead. So, let's do this side. And I'm putting this on, like I said, the exact same way as I normally would. I love the way this smells because it has like such a sunscreen smell. And I love the way sunscreen smells. I know that's possibly an unpopular opinion, but I think it smells really good. So especially on this side, for some reason, I can still see a lot of the redness coming through my cheek. And this winter must have really paled me because this is a little dark. Is it oxidizing or is it just me? But I don't know if you can tell kind of the redness coming through my cheek still. There's a cat. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye. You got to go down. Bye-bye. I don't know what's happening. Hold, please. Okay. That was way more complicated than it should have been. I'm getting some of it off the back of my hand and kind of going over my cheeks since they're still a little pinky for my liking. I don't think this improved the way my foundation looks in any capacity, if I'm being honest with you. Child. Apparently I'm going to hold a cat for a second while I come up close. We still have the forehead troubles. Get down. And it just overall doesn't look improved. So, and it still feels like it would need to be set, and that's just a lot of powder on my face. But benefit of the doubt, even though the ones that I watched didn't say to repowder, let's powder it down and see if it helps any, at least on my cheeks. So we're getting more of the Becca Mist and Refresh. What is the name of it? I can never remember. Like, obviously it's in my hand and I can look, but since it's open, I don't want to tip it upside down. Hydra Mist? Is that what it's called? Alright. We're going to, let's see, how much memory do I have left? I don't know, I can't see that part. We're gonna see if I can retry this, the whole thing. Because I don't know what's going on with this foundation, but it's not working out the way that it should. So I'm going to take a makeup wipe and we're gonna start over. I'm gonna try not to try not to wash off my brows. Because something about this just isn't right. And I don't know that it's the routine that made it darker. If so, we're really gonna find out, because the other foundation that I have picked is much lighter just in general. It's one that I have to be careful wearing, because if I've gotten any sun, it looks crazy on me, and in flash bounces back pretty bad because it is so fair. Which, I mean, on me is usually fine, but still. Alright. We are once again barefaced. Get it all from under my chin and jaw. And we're going to try again. So, while I fly through these steps, hi, how have you been? Are you good? How are you doing? Tell me below. I'm doing, you know. This month has been kind of crazy, especially with work. I know I said a few videos ago if I was acting a little weird or a little down, it was because of the stress, and you know, some of that has subsided, but some of it is still there. So it's a process, and you know, I mean, it's not just work, it's just kind of life in general, just going through one of those phases. You know, people get kind of seasonal depression. It's usually in the winter, but apparently mine is in the spring. So, all right, we have powdered again. There are no like powder clumps. So let's move on to a setting spray. And since my brows are still there, we can just wait for this to dry. So yeah, tell me how you've been. What are you into? Are you watching any TV shows? I just started, I think, season 19 of America's Next Top Model, which I have not watched that show in a really, really long time. So this is a season that I've never seen before. I feel like I caught a couple episodes because some of the people are looking familiar, but I couldn't tell you like who won or anything like that. Don't spoil it for me if you've seen it. Okay. For a second I thought I put the primer back up there and I was like, where's my primer? Setting spray has dried. So we're gonna take primer, put a little bit on my finger. But yeah, so just tell me, how are you? What's your favorite makeup product right now? What's your favorite trend? What's your favorite song? Just tell me. How are you doing? We're friends here. Or if you're new, hello, I'm Sunny. I'm not sure how you got here, but I'm glad to have you. Hope you enjoy my video, even though this one is a bit disastery so far. But that's okay. That's okay. We're all here for a good learning experience and to have a little fun. So the other foundation I was going to use is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage in F1. This is what I used in my last video. So if you watched that one, you're familiar with it. This one is what I used to cover up the lipstick, which was the last video. There's one walking down the street with their arm out like this. It's very weird. Oh, a little too much. So I'm going to do one side at a time so that it doesn't start to dry too fast. So okay, now I'm going to take foundation brush, same one because this is the one that I always use, and I feel like I'm giving this whole trend a really unfair run if I'm not using my normal tools, since I'm switching up all of the techniques. And I didn't see anyone say that you have to use a brush or a sponge, and I saw people using both, so I assume that's just, you know, user discretion based on what tool they are most comfortable with. Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I must be doing something wrong. I'm not even gonna finish the other side of my face because this just, it's not doing it for me. So let's see if you can see. It's just sitting on the skin kind of weird. Yeah, this one ain't gonna do it for me. It's getting a thumbs down. So I'm gonna end it here. We tried, we had fun. I'm gonna go wash this off. Well, I'm gonna use this and then go wash my face and then go get some cat food. So let me know your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Tell me what I'm doing wrong if you know. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. All the normal YouTube people saying things. And subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully it goes better than this. Bye!